Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Duru from the Market Breadth with Ahan Analytics. I wanted to go really quickly here on a big bearish setup that actually got confirmed today. NVIDIA is the poster child. NVDA, everyone should know NVIDIA by now. It's been a darling stock for this year. So on Friday, it made what's called a bearish engulfing pattern. Why is it called bearish engulfing? Well, the engulfing part is here, where on Thursday there was a small white candle to an all-time high, and the stock opened up above the high of Thursday and closed below the low of Thursday. That's the engulfing part. This is bearish because it was a big down candle that's coming at the end of a very strong uptrend. And the implication here is that buyers have exhausted themselves. All the motivated buyers have exhausted themselves. You know, trees can't grow to the sky forever. Money does run out. It is finite. So once all of the buying has been done, the path of least resistance becomes down. And NVIDIA had a big down day, 5.6%, which of course is a pinprick compared to its gains from here and before. Now, the big thing that happened today is that that bearish topping pattern got confirmed with a second down day. Now, it just barely got confirmed because at one point, maybe you can see it, and I can zoom in a little bit. NVIDIA was actually up for the day, right around 886 or so, 887, before sellers took control again. So that is another point for the bears, and NVIDIA is looking really toppy. You can see the big trading volume here, which suggests that sellers are taking control. Now, I'm saying all this not to say to short NVIDIA. I would never short a stock like this because number one, I'm very bullish on the sector, but number two, the trend going into this part has just been too strong. Maybe if there was a parabolic move before this, I'm kind of doing this curve with the cursor, maybe it would look more attractive as a short. But for now, I'm just really looking for the next entry point for buying NVIDIA. You can see how well supported the uptrend is here with the 20-day moving average, which is the dotted line, and the 50-day moving average hasn't even been tested yet, but that would be, I would expect it to be even stronger support if the sell-off did get that deep. A friend of mine asked, where would I be comfortable buying NVIDIA? Well, I'd be comfortable buying NVIDIA at these points of natural support after they've been tested. Maybe, or if NVIDIA doesn't test support, maybe just the price action just slows down and calms down. Like there was this period at the end of last year, you could see NVIDIA had finally calmed down a little bit and just consolidate what we call consolidated in price, and gave a nice entry point right before the year started. Now, another reason why I went short NVIDIA is that it's fooled the bears before. When it made a classic bearish pattern last year with this head and shoulders move, let me see if I can get this positioned right. It did the classic setup, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. It even formed a neck. And just like almost in poetic form, it came right to the neck of that bearish topping pattern. And of course, because NVIDIA had skyrocketed so much before this, every bear had every reason to believe that some kind of pullback, maybe even just to fill this gap, had to be in store. But instead, NVIDIA slingshot off of that line and never looked back. And just so you know, anytime a bearish pattern is invalidated, that becomes bullish. So when NVIDIA finally closed above this head and shoulders pattern, which was, sorry, let me position this correctly, which was magically right here at the beginning of 2024, that was a time to buy. Admittedly, I missed that, and I've only been able to take pieces of NVIDIA on the way up. So anyway, I wanted to show for comparison a much cleaner bearish action, ironically, in a stock that I do have a position in, which is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. And here, it's not so much the bearish engulfing, but it was just this big flare out, which we call a shooting star. I mean, for some reason, AMD shot almost to 230 on Friday and came crashing back down for a 2% loss. Today, it gapped down and lost even more. It lost 4.3%. So this bearish shooting star pattern has been confirmed, and AMD looks almost like a sure shot to test the 20-day moving average, if not the 50-day moving average, in short order. So that's what a really convincing confirmation of a bearish topping pattern looks like. Again, I'm not making any predictions. Do your own research and make your own decisions based on your risk tolerance and profile. Now, the other caution I wanted to show is that if I go to Swing Trade Bot, as everyone knows who watches these videos, I'm a big fan of this stock scanning service. I look at the almost every day I look at the stock market recap, and what caught my eye today was all of these references to slingshot bullish. Now, that tells me also, if you want to be bearish this market, to be very cautious, because there is a strong possibility that tomorrow there'll be a bunch of bullish setups, and you can hit the pause button and read these setups for yourself. I'll just point out to say that if buyers step right into the market tomorrow, there's probably going to be follow through, and this slingshot bullish trade will be on. Now, mind you, this is a short-term trading signal. So anyway, one last thing to show for caution for anyone who wants to get overly bearish the market is the volatility index. Now it's been hasn't been so useful ever since people have been loading up on these 0 and 1 day expiration options. But I just want to point out that the VIX has been trending upwards the entire year. In fact, since the end of December, it's just that the highs just don't last. Last month's Valentine's Day was a classic example where the VIX got all the way up to 18. The faders stepped in, brought it back to 15, just under 16, and then the buyer or the bullish vibes took over right from there. And then today, yes, the VIX popped up. It didn't come nearly as close as the last one, but the fader stepped right in, and actually the VIX closed at its low of the day. So that tells me that the bears and the sellers may already be losing their steam and their enthusiasm to lean against this market. So that's just another caution for anyone who wants to get bearish. Now, having said that, on my blog, I've explained why I'm not bearish or bullish, but I'm skeptical. You can check that out at drduru.com/122, all one word. Otherwise, let me just also just set the context. You have the S&P 500, strong uptrend. That's a bullish context. And of course, the NASDAQ, also strong uptrend, and that's a bullish context to be cautious about getting overly bearish without strong cause. Okay, thank you for checking this out, and I will see you the next time. You can subscribe to these videos to get more, to get notified for more. Otherwise, read the blog, drduru.com/122, and I will check you out the next time. Thank you.